Hello, darlings, and it is my thrill, honour, pleasure, privilege, and downright orgasmic joy to welcome you as warmly as possible to this Sunday Night Live. And we are gathered here this evening, darlings, uh, uh, at an earlier time after 2 nights of it being ridiculously late. Now it's just really late. And I thank each and every one of you for giving me your valuable time when we should all really be tucked up in bed. But instead, we're going to spend the next 60 minutes together and we are going to sadly wave goodbye to the weekend and we're going to welcome in Monday and a new week, aren't we? Yes, we are. There you go. He'll tell you. So, yeah, how has your Sunday been, darlings? I hope it's been a good one for you. I hope you had something nice to eat and did something nice, or if, like me, you had to go to work, I hope you had a decent shift. But, don't make me guess. Tell me about it. Share with your friends. How has your day been? What? That's not in the middle. Sort your life out, candle. New candle, darlings, the new candle has been deployed for your delectation and delight. The flowers are clinging on to life in some way, shape. I mean, I try and create a bit of ambience and atmosphere for you, darlings. I make the effort. Normal rules apply, darlings. We've got 60 minutes to talk about whatever the heck we like. Tell us about your day. Tell us what you've been eating. That's an absolute given. You can send me a voice note. You can ask me a hedgehog. Oh, sorry, hedgehog. You can ask me a hedgehog of truth question. The world is your lobster, darlings. Now then, before I have my little drink, I just need to, and before I forget, uh, a little message from Mimi LeBunk, aka the M11, aka M11, aka our friend Emma, and she's having a really awful time. Her family are having a really awful time, which means that, and she's having a really awful time. But she wants to send her thanks and love to everybody for the thoughts and wishes and positivity that's been sent her way. And it really does mean the absolute world to her. So that's a thank you from her via me. I'm just going to top this water up. There we are, darlings. Just top the water up. Don't know if it makes any difference. I know you're supposed to change the water periodically. Hang on, let me just get that into exactly the right place. Ah, OCD is a wonderful thing. Right, so on that note, darlings, I'm going to have a little drinky poos. Drinky poos. Oh, there should be a thing for that, shouldn't there? Drinky poos. Um, wee willy winky. I'm going to have a wee willy winky. Excuse me, I'm just off for a wee willy winky. You're going blind. Who said that? I'm just going to have a little drinky poos and then I'm going to dive into your comments, darlings. So do keep them coming. Do send me a voice note if you'd like to. Do ask me a hedgehog of truth question. Do tell me to shut up and get on with it. Oh, and plans for the week ahead, I suppose. Plans for the week ahead and anything you want to talk about, anything at all. Any hand movements you care to make, go for it. Right. Cheers, darlings. You're very good health. Up yours, but most of all, get stuffed. I don't know why you watch this. I really don't. Oh dear. First, first, first cab off the rank tonight. Oh, it's Madam Fanny, you flashing nubs. It's our matron. Evening all. First, yes indeed, first cab off the rank. Well done, matron. Followed by the fabulous Peter P, who says good evening, Boaty and Pufflings. Followed by Tracy P. Cardiff, who says good evening all. Ah, the Carol C. Carol C jumps into our midst and says, busy day. Went for a lovely walk along the North Sea coastal path. Oh, that sounds fun. And returned home to make a Sunday roast chicken dinner. Now, that is what a Sunday is all about, isn't it? Out for a bracing walk in the great British countryside, and then back to your warm home and a lovely roast dinner. Well done, Carol C. That sounds fabulous. I would love a Sunday like that in my life. Couldn't do it today, but I could do it another day. I could go out for a nice bracing walk in the countryside, come back. I should do that one of these days. I should get my fat, hairy, lazy ass out of bed one Sunday morning, go for the bloody go for a waddle somewhere beautiful, and sorry, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, I should get my ass out of bed, go for a waddle, and then cook a nice Sunday lunch. I might get lots and lots of views then, especially if my clothes fall off. Well, actually, that might not help. I'm not as pleasant a sight naked as I once was, darlings. And Carol C goes on, tomorrow I'm going to have to roll up my sleeves and set to with some much needed housework and sweeping up of leaves. Yes, back to it indeed. Ian Hully is with us, and a warm hearted welcome to everyone he gives on this Sunday evening, and he hopes everyone is well, which is very kind. Amy says, hello. I wonder what topics we're going to wander around tonight. Well, I wonder too. I put the log burner on tonight just to clear the place up. To cheer the place up, as it's been so grey and gloomy today. A beef stew and suet dumplings for dinner. Oh, got another wonderful Sunday. Another wonderful Sunday. A log burner and beef stew with suet dumplings. Wonderful. This afternoon, says Ian, I have been mostly putting up a small cabinet of curiosities in my man cave. Toys, including Captain Scarlet and a chitty chitty bang bang car from the 60s. Oh, Mr. Spider's back. Gosh, he is a big, handsome fellow. Hello. It's all right. I'm doing the live stream. Don't worry. You're safe. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh, he's frozen again. He thinks I'm. Just crack on. How long have we been sharing a house now? Oh, dear. Don't stand on ceremony. Amy asks, is a man cave a shed or are you allowed inside, Ian? And Amy would like people to like and subscribe, which is enormously kind. I assume that the 36 of you who are watching probably are already subscribed. But if you would all be kind enough to tickle the like button, please. So far, only 11 have. It would really help me because last Monday's live stream got so many dislikes that my entire channel has been knocked down a percentage point. So if you would all be kind enough to like everything within reach, that would massively help me out via the old YouTube Al Gore rhythm and dance blues section. The Al Gore rhythm section. That's right. I knew it was something like that. 69 Phuket is lurking. But in a cunning double bluff by telling us that you're lurking, you are no longer lurking. So welcome to the inner scrotum and the conversation conversational area thereof. Tricky chaps' words, aren't they? I'm lucky, says Ian. My man cave is inside. You are lucky indeed. Matron is welcoming people by name. Managed to repair the candle then, says Peter P. No, it's a brand new one. A brand new one. It looks like a new candle, says Amy. It does, and it is. Oh, right. Peter was asking Ian if they were corgi toys. And Ian says, I've got lots of old corgis. The Man from Uncle Car, 1966, Batmobile, etc. Bad Books is with us and says, good evening all. Amy asks, will Emma be doing the live stream tomorrow? No idea, Amy. Probably not, I would say, because I can't go into details, but if tomorrow is like tonight has been, then it's simply going to be impossible for her. I know she would love to do it. I know she misses you all dreadfully, but honestly, just unless things become a lot calmer tomorrow in comparison to today, then I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with me. Unless any of you fabulous people would like to be on the substitutes bench. So if Emma isn't able to do it, then if any of you would like to do a section of it, guest hosting, you would be most welcome indeed. All you need is a total lack of shame and a portable electric telephone and a YouTube account, obviously. And you could be sharing the screen with me and annoying people and making them hate you and wish that you would go away. I recommend it. And I'm sure the community would be absolutely over the moon with joy to see a new face on the old Monday Night Live. So if any of you fancy that, do let me know, and I can make it happen. God, if this was some dreadful commercial television program, I'd say this could be your time to shine. Oh, Mustard is with us, Project Nigel. Hello, toddlers. Hello, Mustard, my dear chap. Now, tomorrow's lunch news. Slight cock up on the tomorrow's lunch front, darlings. And this applies to Mustard, so he's probably gone off to edit the Steve Betty shit in his 90s, in his 90 video. But I'll tell you that anyway. What's that? A voice note. We will come to that very shortly. Yeah, lunch. Now, Ram was supposed to have organised the buying of the drumsticks, the marinating of the drumsticks, and the cook it. Well, he wasn't going to cook them. Prem was going to do that. All I had to do was pay for them because it's my party. But it didn't happen, darlings. It didn't happen. Real life got in the way. So Ram very kindly brought the drumsticks that he had at home, but he didn't get to work until after 4 o'clock today. The others were there earlier, but Ram didn't get there until after 4. He had to go to Birmingham to deal with a matter. And so we haven't got any drumsticks. So Ram brought what he had from home, which was nothing like the 50 odd that we were planning to do. In fact, it turned out that there were 12. But he very kindly brought them and skinned and scored them. And we made a beautiful marinade tonight, darlings, and cooked them. So it's going to be a slightly different lunch tomorrow. I've got 6 of the 12 drumsticks. The other 3 had 2 pieces each, and I've got 2 guests tomorrow, so 3 of us in total. So we've got 2 pieces each. So it worked out fairly because we are including Mustard and Allegro Man in our restaurant family party. They count as family for tomorrow. So we've all got 2 pieces of drumsticks. So what I'm going to serve my guests, God knows if Allegro Man will eat it, because he's Yorkshire, isn't he? I mean, they're not chips. They're not wrapped in newspaper. None of them have been anywhere near a tub of lard. So he might struggle, but he'll just have to make the best of it, won't he? And if he doesn't eat them, then he can get a bag of chips on the way home, and me and Mustard will polish off his portion. So we're going to have 2 chicken drumsticks each. I will cook momo, and we will have 4 momo each, and fresh naan bread, and lashings of momo chutney. So we're going to do all right for lunch tomorrow. You'll see it, darlings. I'm going to video it. You know I am. I will be sitting here. Mustard and Allegro Man will be sitting on those 2 chairs there. And I will serve chicken drumsticks with momo, naan bread, and momo chutney. And I hope that will suit my guests. I've also, good hospitable chap that I am, I've also bought something that you normally never see in Windy Bottom: milk. And I've got tea bags, so my guests can drink tea. And Ram came up with a good idea. I hadn't thought of this. I buy the smallest milk I can for when Mustard comes round or anybody else comes round who is going to drink milk. And then when they've gone, I throw it away. Ram said, freeze it. Just freeze it. So, of course, I forgot that you can freeze milk. I don't have anything to do with milk. So, and Ram said, what you should do is, when Mustard and Allegro Man have gone, whatever milk is left, put it into 2 or 3 different containers, bang them in the freezer, and then when somebody's coming round, just pull one of the containers out, and that will give you enough milk for that visit, which is a splendid idea. Now, it's only a few pennies saved, of course, but a penny saved is a penny earned, darlings. And it stops waste, doesn't it? Of course it does. So that's a rather splendid idea. So, but yes, being a good host, and I hope a good friend, I will make sure that my guests are catered for correctly. And it's a shame it doesn't work the other way around. I've been going to that godforsaken yard for 2 years now, and the only time I've had a cup of coffee, my hot beverage of choice. See, when Mustard comes here, he has tea. There's tea bags, there's milk, there's a tea mug that's clean. There are teaspoons. He has everything you need to be happy and comfortable here in my home. And yet when I go to his home or his yard, the only time I've had a decent cup of coffee was when I took the coffee machine and I took the bloody coffee as well. See, and that is why I've never married Captain Mustard. Now, when Boo and I were courting, and she had spent time here, the first time that I was going to spend the night at her place before we moved in together, the day before, she went out and bought a coffee machine and my favourite coffee so that I could have my normal cup of coffee in the morning after we'd podgered each other half senseless. And that was why I decided to marry Boo, and I proposed to her and she accepted because of those sort of reasons. And that's why I haven't yet proposed to Captain Mustard, because I've got no confidence whatsoever that I would get a decent cup of coffee in the morning after all of the hairy, frenzied pottering. And there are other reasons that I've never proposed to Captain Mustard, amongst but not limited to such reasons as he's married, he's straight, I'm straight. But it's mostly the coffee thing, darlings. That's the major reason behind it. Ah, I wonder if Yvette with the damp baps has got a suitable coffee machine. I shall have to inquire. Now then, where did I get to in the old? Oh, I had some voice notes, didn't I, to read you? I should do that as an assiduous host of this. Oh, that looks very nice indeed, Mister Parry. I've got. Oh gosh, I've got pictures of. Oh, I've got pictures of coffee, a lovely looking roast dinner, and I've got some voice notes. Let's play those for you. Here
If
we
we
go.
can not have our Emma on the live stream, can we have a video call from Emma? Or having Emma doing a WhatsApp message for us all? Because we all miss hearing our wonderful Emma's voice. And also one for tomorrow. Whose car will have the most fuel in when it's handed over? Will it be the captain leaving more fuel for you in the Peugeot? Or will you be leaving less? You let us know, sir. Head chocolate truth, please, sir.
Well, I will certainly let you know the fuel situation. Now, uh, so for those of you who don't know, tomorrow I will be driving the Honourable Sheeson to the yard. I will be coming back from the yard in the company of Mustard and Allegro Man in Officer Crabtree. And Officer Crabtree will be taking up residence here. And Mustard and Allegro Man will be taking away Miss Boo and the Honourable Stigbert von Thundercock. I doubt any of them are going to have much fuel in them. Boo and Stigbert certainly haven't got much in. Sheeson will have to have enough in to get me to the yard, and Officer Crabtree will have to have enough to get me here. But you know, Mustard and I are similarly poor, so it's a fair bet that you're not going to be able to go off on your holidays and any of them. Put it this way. I would imagine that I will have to fuel Officer Crabtree if I want to go to Snowdonia. I doubt Mustard's going to leave me 300 miles worth of range, and I'm certainly not going to be leaving him 300 miles of range in mine. Now, really, if you think about it, then there should be 3 times the amount of fuel in Officer Crabtree than there should be in Boo, Stigbert, or Sheeson, because it's 3 cars against 1 car. But we're talking about a man who has never given me a decent cup of coffee of his own volition. So the chances are, well, I would say that the chances are slim and none, and slim is out of town. But I'm not going to be filling any of mine up either, so I'm just as bad. Regarding Emma doing the, I'm sure Emma would be happy to record a voice message if she got chance, Mr. Parry. And as much as we all miss her voice, at the moment she hasn't got the time, opportunity, or indeed inclination. She's dealing with some really, really unpleasant stuff, and as much as she misses the community greatly, all of you, and massively, massively appreciates the love and thought that you lot have been sending her. Obviously, on a day-to-day, minute-to-minute basis, she's going to be occupied with what she's dealing with immediately around her. But have no doubt, if and hopefully when things settle down, Emma will most definitely be back. And as I say, if anybody would like to sit on the substitute bench, And in fairness, not just tomorrow night, not just Monday night. If any of you lot would like to come on and do a bit of guest hosting with me anytime, you would be very welcome. Oh, a massage for you, darlings. Let's read. Oh God, swipe look at my face. Just look at my face. Don't make me put the passcode in. Oh, for God's sake! No, I don't want you. I wanted that one. Hi, Jason. Can you please let Andy Allegra Man drive Stigbert as my last request for him? Uh, Many thanks, John. Last request? That's a bit of a strange phrase, John. And hello, by the way. I think that what they're planning to do is they're going to swap cars halfway when they go back, so they will each drive both of them. So you will be happy. Where did I get to with the comments? Oh, around here, I think. Oh, we said hello to Mustard, didn't we? And will Emma be doing her own live stream on Wednesday? No, Amy, I can pretty categorically say no, that won't be happening. And if you knew what was going on, you would completely understand. Evening, Mustard, says Matron. All quiet on the editing front, eh? I saw the big in the 90s message. I didn't. What's that about? People are saying hello to Mustard. Hedgehog of Truth question. Here we go. Have you ever put your have you ever put your dangler in the curry? No. Quick and easy answer to that, no. 69 Food Cat says we need a coachload of northerners to Turkey to sort our teeth out. Well, count me in. Count me in. Not exactly quiet, matron, says Mustard. I've just edited a year's worth of clips. Uh, May Trump. Oh, I've got no idea what all that's about. Matron says, I edited last Monday's shenanigans today. Well, don't rush, will you, Matron? I mean, it's only been a bleeding week. God above. You wouldn't want Matron working for BBC News, would you? She'd tell you that war had broken out when you were 3 months into it. And your local fish and chip shop had been bombed. And it will go live tomorrow evening. Plus my usual musical amusement. Made me laugh anyway. 69 Food Cat says Kamala night will be bonfires and fireworks. Yeah, not long to wait now, darlings. Tuesday, the old presidential election over there in the United States of Confusion. Who's your money on? Who's your money on? I mean, it genuinely, as I understand it, it genuinely could go either way. It's genuinely too close to call. So, who do you think will win? And if you were American, who would you vote for? That's a good one, isn't it? I'm on record as being a massive Trump supporter, not because I think he's a decent human being. I don't. I think exactly the opposite. Not because I think he's a good politician. I don't. I think exactly the opposite. Not because I think that he is a great candidate to be the leader of the free world. I don't. I think exactly the opposite. But I just think he's a really good laugh, darlings. And you know, I'm nearly 70 years old. A good laugh is more important to me than economic stability because anything could happen at any moment, and I just gain great amusement at an orange-faced buffoon with moral standards that are, below the plimsoll line, who couldn't lie straight in bed, and who is probably the most arrogant, self-centered, narcissistic clattering bum cheek in the world should become president of the United States and leader of the free world. I think that's fabulous. You know, it would be like us voting for Basil Fawlty to be prime minister, and I think that's wonderful. I That's why I admire the Americans. They're prepared to take comedy. You know, they will take comedy to a different level. Now, we do our comedy with comedy. So we had Monty Python, the Goodies, the two Ronnies. We took comedy to a new level that way. The Americans take comedy to a new level with their actual life. And if you ever went to America, then you would understand exactly what I mean. You've got to love a country where um, they have a crisis with obesity, and their answer is to turn all of the pavements into travelators. I'm not even joking. There is a city in America where you can travel about without actually having to walk because the local restaurant will serve you a meal that will make you instantly um, slightly more obese than Jabba the Hutt. But you won't have to worry about walking back to your hotel. You can just stand there, supporting your stomach with one hand and holding onto the rail of the travelator with the other. And yeah, they think that, and this is not irony. They genuinely think, a lot of them do anyway, that Donald Trump is a splendid idea to be their leader. You've got to admire that. I mean, you've got to admire that. As a people, you have to admire that. Now, when we have in the United Kingdom here, we have joke characters standing for Parliament. You know, Lord Bucketface or whatever his name is, screaming Lord Such, that geezer in the white suit, and we recognise them as what's his name? The pub landlord, Al Murray. He stood for Parliament, and we see it as what it is, a joke, and we have a jolly good laugh about it, and we vote for a sensible politician. In America, when they get a joke candidate, they make him president. How wonderful is that? I would recommend to each and every one of you that you live in America at least once, possibly twice, like I did, and then never ever go back there, like I haven't, unless it's to Vegas for 2 or 3 days or a good boxing match. In that case, go. Vegas doesn't count as America. Vegas is a different planet. No normal rules apply there. Where did I get to? Stratosphere is with us, and a jolly good evening to you. Um, does the candle give off a scent? Asks Amy. Not as far as I'm aware, no. Rue de Mirande, yes, indeed. Um, People are doing the lyrics to Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick. Uh, Evening all, says Lee Jean. Boaty, what lurks behind the door behind you? Well, oh, excuse me, you can have a look. It's if I get out of the way, it's kind of a pantry, really. So you've got fuse box, um, toolbox here, um, tumble dryer that I haven't used for 6 or 7 years, but my toolbox sits on it. My drawers of many things with more tools and screws and nails and DIY stuff. Then there's a Hoover. There's a new battery for an MGTF here. There's my air inflator. There are jump leads. There is my massive big boys socket set. There are two gas stoves. There's an extension lead. There's some WD-40. Um, there's a cordless drill. There are some It's just a large cupboard or small room of stuff, really. It's a nice door, though, isn't it? Be honest, isn't it a lovely door? Isn't that a lovely cottagey door with a proper latch? The Rue de Miran sign is just a kind of aide memoire keepsake from the time I spent living in France. And this is a gift from my friend Big Tall Steve after he and I drove his little 1967 Fiat 500 or Cinquecento that he imported from Sicily. And we made a video about it that nobody watched, and it's a shame because it's a really good video. Obviously, an original Fiat 500 is one of the smallest cars in the world, and I am 6'5". My friend Big Tall Steve is 6'7", and the two of us went for a drive in one of the smallest cars in the world, left-hand drive, crash gearbox, no synchro, and we had a lovely day. And we made a video of it, and nobody watched it. I thought that was going to be my breakthrough video. 13 feet of men drive one of the world's smallest cars. I thought it was an absolute surefire winner. I filmed it for the first time using multiple cameras and really made an effort with the editing. Died on its ass. Absolutely died on its ass. Whereas, you put out a 10-minute video where you haven't thought of anything to do and you just say, hello, I'm really skint. I'm shit with money, me. And that gets thousands and thousands of views and makes you a lot of money. So there's no rhyme, no reason to it. Did I actually? No, I didn't play this, did I? I was going to, but I didn't. But now I will. Here you go.
I'd say Donald Trump will win. Be honest, whoever goes in tells a pack of lies anyway. It's like our government, sir.
Oh, well, there you are. That's Mr. Paddy thinks that the Donald will prevail. Oh, and while we're on politics, let's open it out a little bit more. Of course, we had the result of the Tory leadership election. So, what do you all think about that? Who would you have voted for to be the new Tory leader? How do you feel about a glass ceiling being shattered? We have the first black leader of a political party, and I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a fan of Kemi and have been for a while. I was rooting for her. I'm delighted that she's won, and all of the things that people level against her as being her faults are the things that I admire her for. She's feisty, she's confrontational. Speaking as an economist, she's totally got her head screwed on in terms of business and economics. And yeah, I'm a bit of a fan. So I'm delighted that she won. I expected her to, but you never know. You never know in the two-horse race. So, what are your feelings about that? He could never cope with another live stream with me, Peter P. Says Matron. After Peter suggested Matron could co-host, I nearly killed him last time. Well, yeah, you really did. Oh, Andrew Buttigieg is with us. A very good evening, everyone, and a very good evening to you, our lovely friend Andrew, who we used to know and love as Ivor Spotty Butty. And he's just woken up and he can't be asked. Right, fair enough. Je t'adore, ich liebe dich. Right, jolly good. Now then. Why are we all doing Ian Dury and the Blockheads lyrics? I must have missed something. And Andrew is sending huge hugs and love to Emma. Oh, Matron says you are eating like Nepali kings tomorrow. Oh, Morton Harkett. Oh, well, yeah. Good evening, lovely people, says Diane, Diane Sturdy. Sorry I've been missing in action. Sickness that started last weekend got worse, and it's been a tad rough. Great diet, though. Hope you're all in fine fettle. Of course, you had a poorly tum tum, didn't you, Diane? Well, sorry you've been through it, and lovely to have you back with us. And we hope you're feeling much better and able to eat solid food and travel more than 3 feet and a 30-second journey from the lavatory. Yeah. And that is why I never married Captain Mustard. Title nomination, surely. Right, yeah, I will screenshot that because, yeah, good shout. Do come up with titles, darlings. It is your job, and you've been very lackluster about it recently. So well done, matron, for leading by example. Carol Ann drinks coffee, I think, says Peter Pete. Yeah, but I've never seen her make one. I've seen her go to a takeaway outlet for one, but that's not the same as that. You know, we don't all live near coffee house outlet thingies. So drinking it from an outlet is very different to having the facilities to make a decent cup of coffee first thing in the morning after a frantic pottering session, which, let's face it, is when you need it most. I don't ask for much, darlings. I don't need a flash beans to cup coffee machine or anything of that nature. All I need is a simple Tassimo. You can probably find one on Facebook Marketplace near to you for £5 or £10. And oh, that dropped out. And then I would trouble you for some of these Kenko XL Americano Grande pods. There you go. That's what floats my boat in the morning. And if I do go to Snowdonia next week, and I'm really hoping that I do, then I will be taking my Tassimo with me and some of these chaps because Travelodge Premier in coffee is nicht gut. And I don't think I need to translate that. Nicht gut indeed. So, there we are. There we are. Oh, food news. My lunch today. Well, as promised, I've had a busy old day. I've been doing stuff in and around the cottage, getting this sorted, that sorted, trying to sort my life out a little bit, dealing with stuff I've been putting off. Had one of those days. Listened to a bit of the F1. Well, I listened to the qualies, didn't manage to listen to the Grand Prix, although I do know the result now. And for lunch, no Sunday lunch here, nothing flash. As promised, I had sausage, egg, and chips, and I did have the beans with it, and lashings of good English mustard. And yeah, I enjoyed it full well. Supper tonight will be no surprise. It's going to be, you know it, staff custard, staff curry, not staff custard at all. What are you talking about, you fool? Staff curry tonight. I've told you about lunch tomorrow, and guess what supper's going to be tomorrow night? You'll never guess. Uh, Can you still get camp coffee? Asks Ian Hulley. I honestly don't know, but my first coach, my first cycling coach, he had a static caravan in mid Wales, just off the Rhyadr mountain road, and he used to have camp coffee there, and he gave me a cup of that coffee once, and it was absolutely awful. I mean, almost unbelievably bad. So you can bet it's still available somewhere. Some pervert will drink it. Will drink it. Excuse me. 69 Phuket is saying good night. Lee says, I think you can still get camp coffee. Matron says, I don't know who Yvette with the damp baps is. I guess it's Carol Ann because she wanted to be Yvette, but damp baps, that's lost on me. I know you said she eats peanut butter sarnies, but no, her standard meal is peanut butter and banana baps that ideally have been stored in a leaking rucksack for at least 3 hours and jiggled up and down a mountain. So yeah, believe me, she is very definitely the lady with the damp baps. And this is such a standard meal that she genuinely, on the one occasion since she came into my acquaintance, on the one occasion she had a lunch meal that wasn't peanut butter and banana damp baps. She sent me a picture of it and said, "See, I don't always eat them, actually." But yeah, that is the standard meal. So she really is Yvette. Visit them peps. Uh, there's enough fuel in Officer Crabtree to get you home, says Mustard. Um, well, it's got to get us all here, hasn't it? So yeah, I'm guessing that there would be. Anyway, it was your idea. He goes on. It was, and I'm delighted about it. Peter P says Allegro man, Leadfoot will surely drive Stiggy. I think they're planning to swap halfway. Sorry to hear Emma's still out of sorts. I have been thinking about her, says Diane. Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. I am more excited about tomorrow's car shifting than I should be, says Matron, mainly because of the Nicki Minaj, I think. You're excited, says Peter P. I'm excited. I love community car doings. The Ruddy Jerrys have just bombed the Crown and Arms. My money is on BlackRock, says Lee. I like to sit on my footage for a few days before I look at it, says Matron. I'm not a breaking news editor, but a current affairs or magazine editor. Yeah, you do like to sit on it, don't you? It's old news by the time it comes out. But there we are. Each to their own, as the old lady said when she kissed the cat. And I must say, I'm quite excited about tomorrow's car doings and the footage from it, and I'm still really excited about Snowdonia. I'm still perching myself precariously on the lavatory, planning routes and stuff to do and all of that sort of thing. It looks so exciting on the map, darlings. It really does look so exciting. I can't wait to get amongst it. Oh dear. Yep, so I will be finishing at midnight, so I do need to get off at a decent time tomorrow. I am as knackered as I usually am at this time on a Sunday night. But you should get a few videos out tomorrow. You'll either get one big video or a few little videos or something. You'll get something anyway. You'll definitely get something. I'm looking forward to my last drive in Sheeson and going down memory lane a bit because that's the one car that's got joint history. The other cars were all just me, or in the case of Boo, a bit of Mustard as well, because Mustard and I went to pick it up together. Oh, and a bit of Mike as well, Classic Wheels Wales, and a bit of Chops Garage as well. Uh, because obviously the Boo originally came from Chop's garage. Um, but Sheeson is, in a weird way, it's going to be kind of a final goodbye to. Well, I shall actually give her her real name. I always call her Chinese Madam, which is arguably a bit disrespectful because she has a name and it's Hui, Hui, Hui. And yeah, it's kind of going to be a final goodbye to her and our connection together. I'll probably in the video I'll probably chuck in some photos and when we picked the car up because Sheeson was her car. If you didn't know, um, Sheeson wasn't originally my car. It was Hui's car, um, and which we bought together for her when we were living together here at Windy Bum. It was the first time she drove a car in the UK. She was ridiculously brave. She'd never driven in the UK. And we went and picked the car up, and I said, "Look, we'll go on the train so we can drive the car back." She said, "No, we'll drive there. We'll drive there, and I will drive it back." Never driven before. Madness, really. And she didn't know how roundabouts worked, or she was completely fucked by roundabouts. It wasn't too bad on the way back from picking Sheeson up because she was just following me. I was in Sir Arnold Robinson at the time. But then when we first went out for a drive together, she frightened the life out of me. She was fine. I mean, she was coming close to killing us all the time, but she was absolutely chilled and relaxed about it. I was the one who was having bleeding kittens. And then she started driving for a very short time, she went to work at a Chinese restaurant before her before her PhD actually started. She came here in early spring, March, something like that. Um, and so there were a good few months before she took up her PhD. And she got a job at a Chinese. She came and worked for us actually, but that was too much like hard work. She wasn't going to do that. So she did 2 nights and then said, "No, I can't do that. It's ridiculous. It's too hard. You expect." Yeah, it's hard work at our place. She wasn't willing to do that. Wasn't prepared to do it. So she went to work at a Chinese restaurant and drove herself to work. God, I was terrified. I was terrified. But you know, typically for her, she made footage out of it. She didn't do YouTube, but she was a celebrity on Chinese social media, much, a million times bigger than me. She was like on Chinese social media, she was on the same level as, oh, I don't know, somebody like James J.M. on cars or an inflated hubnut, hundreds of thousands of followers. So she made content out of everything, and she put up diagrams of how to deal with a British roundabout. She created Facebook and Instagrams of it was called East Meets West, where she spoke about the difficulties of living with and having a relationship with and being engaged to a Western guy and the differences in culture. I wish we'd thought of doing YouTube together because we would have been huge because she was brilliant. I'm not saying I'm any good, but she was absolutely brilliant. Everything that she did made it onto her social media, which is, you know, why she was the influencer and media personality that she was. She didn't waste a single opportunity. But she was also just really brave. She wasn't scared to take anything on. Well, she was scared to work at our restaurant for more than 2 days. But so yeah, I'll put some throwback footage of Hui in Sheason, because yeah, he was her car. She wanted to, but when she moved here, it wasn't her first time in the UK. She owned property in the UK. She did her master's degree in Swansea. She had a property in Swansea, um, but she'd never driven. So when she came here, and obviously with that much more remote, she was going to buy a car, and she was going to buy a brand new Mini. She liked the idea of a Mini, so she was, and she had money. She was um, quite apart from her academic things and her social media stuff. She was an incredibly astute businesswoman. She had a huge property portfolio back in China. And so she had money. Her car in China was a brand new luxury SUV. So when she was going to buy a car here, she was going to just buy a brand new Mini. Uh, and then I was just starting the Rover journey, and she found Sheeson online, and it was a Rover, and it was the same color as mine, the old silver. And she said, "I'm going to buy this," and I said, "It's not suitable," and blah 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 blah. She said, "No, I'm going to buy this." This was at night, and she said, "We will go tomorrow and buy it." And that was when I said, "Okay, we'll go and look at it, and then we'll go back on the train and pick it up." She said, "No, tomorrow we will go and buy it, and I will drive it back." And she did. She did. Bless her. We went up to North Yorkshire. She negotiated the deal. We bought them. She named Sheeson, and the name Sheeson came from our two names. Um, because her social media personality wasn't her real name. She had a stage name, and I can't remember what it was, but it began with SHI. I can't remember what it was. She didn't use her real name for family reasons and privacy and all of that. And I can't remember what the name was. I wish I could, but it began SHI. So she named Sheeson as half her name and half my name. So the she came from her name, SHI, and the SON came from the end of Jason. Um, and the story of the Honourable Sheeson, that's a different story. I told. Oh God, when she was courting me and she chased me, I didn't want to know. I didn't want that relationship. And when she was chasing me, I used to tell her stories about living around here and preparing her for it. And I told her that the most highly respected people in British society in England, she'd only been in Wales, apart from landing in Heathrow. I said the most highly respected people were the bus drivers, and that whenever she saw a bus, she had to she had to say, "Greetings, honourable bus driver." And she did. She did. Um, when she came here, when I got that, oh God, I've probably told you all of this before, but I'll tell you again. She chased me for ages. I didn't want to know. I did everything to put her off. And she'd become friends with all of the Nepali guys, and they all persuaded me, "You should do this, you should do this." So in the end, and she used to ring me at the time I woke up and the time I went to sleep, because she said her voice should be the first thing I heard in the morning and the last thing I heard at night. So she would ring me to make bloody sure it was. Um, and so the time that I said, "Okay, let's give this a go, you can move in," thinking, well, that's going to be, a few weeks or months or a year down the line. So she said, okay, good night. And the next day, I got messages saying, right, these are my flight details. I'm arriving the day after at Heathrow. Be there to pick me up. Blah blah blah. So that was that. I had about a day and a half's notice. Drove down to Heathrow in Sir Arnold Robinson, the trusty Rover 75, and brought home a rather beautiful Chinese woman who, the first time the bus went past, the big yellow bastard bus, greetings, honourable bus driver. Oh, God, I wet myself. I wet myself. That's also where the Honourable Bridge came from, and the Honourable Sheeson, and the Honourable Stigbert von Thundercock, and all of the other honourables. Oh, excuse me. Bless her. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And God, time has run away with us tonight, darlings. I need to get through your comments. So Matron likes to sit on her Nicki Minaj. Uh, all the bosses at work got new nashers, say 69 Phuket. Apparently, 5 grand for new Massachusetts. Oh, I see what you did there. Massachusetts. All right, jolly good. Jolly good. I'm planning to go to Nepal to get mine done. Actually, it's cheaper than Turkey. It's better than Turkey, and I won't have to pay for any of my accommodation or food. John says, "Evening chat, evening Boaty. Sorry for my strange request, but I will miss my favourite card in your fleet, Stigbert, and I'm sure he will be very well looked after in the yard. I'm sure he will indeed." Pocahontas 100 joined us. Hello, Boaty and everybody else. Hope everyone is well. Sending special wishes for Emma and family. Stigbert will be sadly missed, John, says Andrew. Ah, yeah, but you're getting Officer Crabtree, and we're gonna have some proper adventures in Officer Crabtree. Oh, red leather interior, darlings. Come on. And it's just as quick as Stigbert, and it's got more toys. If I was American, says Mustard, I would vote for the internet. I've got a feeling Trump will win, says Diane. Um, everybody in the everybody in the USA, quick move. Oh, Simone joined us at this point. Said hello, boats and all. God help us all. If the Orange Man gets back in, oh, it'll be a laugh. It'll be a laugh. I had the great honour to be driven in Stigbert, says John. You did. And I love the noise he makes with a bit of acceleration. If you find potatoes in Rover Estate, says Peter P, what can you expect to find in a Persia? We will find out, won't we? We're going to have some adventures in that car, darlings. We're going to have. I've been terrified about this winter. I wanted to make the most of summer, and thanks to Emma, I absolutely did, or we absolutely did. And I'm going to make sure it goes through. We're going to have adventures. We're going to have adventures on some Mondays. Some Mondays we'll hang out. Well, most Mondays we'll hang out with Mustard, but one Monday a month or something around there, we'll go off and have a bloody good adventure in Officer Crabtree, and it'll be fun. I promise you, it'll be fun. Boaty reminds me of a 70s or 80s rock icon. I'll take that. I'll take that. Sensible politicians, that's a new one, says Lee. Count Binface would be a brilliant PM, says Simone. Brian Ferry, says 69 Phuket. Oh, have I got a bit of Brian Ferry going on? Oh, I wouldn't mind that at all. Boris Hovercraft. Al Murray was a great governor, and he loves tanks, says Andrew. God. Brian Ferry was a cool dude. He was. Stigbert is leaving, says Simone. He is, Simone, yes. A quick Nicky Googlash. It's a wonderful door, says Lee. It is. It's a splendid door. Can't beat a proper latch. The devil is in the details, says a 69 Phuket. Exactly, agrees Lee. The Fiat 500 video was hilarious, says Andrew. Well, at least one of you watched it. Thank you for that. I stayed in a place with proper oldie latches earlier this year. They were the sex, says Madam Fanny, matron. Kemi is very phobic, says Simone. Oh, is she? Indeed, indeed, Simone, says matron. Feels like a step sideways to the right. She's also flexible. Still talking about Induri. Ah, I never knew this, Peter P. Thank you. Tassie is the small plate under the coffee cup in Finnish. Right, we would call that a saucer. So that's what Tassie is. Oh, there we are then. I wonder what the mo bit means. I love that info, Peter, says matron. So do I. So do I. So Tassie, saucer. Oh, there we are. Matron's having a giggle at the staff custard. Oh, Camp Coffee is still available and is now produced in Paisley in Scotland, Renfrewshire, if that's correct. Pound that box. Yes, I must pound the box. Thank you for that reminder. And then we should go, shouldn't we, darlings? We've got beds to go to. We've got tomatoes to get ready for. There's pound. Here's the box. Oh, I can't wait for January, my birthday. It's going to be so cool. And there you go. I might have dinner in Harvey's for old time's sake on my birthday. Maybe Casey will still be working there. And it'd be cool to catch up with Gary again, wouldn't it? The lovely children's author from the Great. Oh, not that he'd be there in January because the Summit Complex is closed. So I presume that he doesn't work there over winter because there's no there to work at. It's all closed. Diane's having a little laugh at Camp Coffee. Her great grandmother, a Swiss Jewish lady, escaped from the Nazis. Used to give it to me when she was very young. Used to sneak to the bathroom to pour it out. I did love her though. I did not say Nicki Minaj. Don't ruin my rep, says Madam Fanny. Snowdon is like climbing the Eiger. You get to halfway house and then, oh, shit. It's a bit of a clamber. But I did Kilimanjaro and Snowdon was a lot easier. And you didn't have to suffer the long drop bogs or camp. Diddly do, diddly do. He still hasn't gotten to my first comment yet. I'm always behind. You know me, I'm always behind. I'm always behind like a cow's tail. Sorry, but being stalked by a woman, huh? How does that work? Well, they're a woman and they stalk you. Hui was very honest about it. She said that she chose me and I wasn't interested, and so she just worked away until I was. And the way that she finally did it was by infiltrating my work colleagues and getting all of them on side. She told them how amazing she would be for me. So for a period of about 3 months, Every night when I went to work, all of my colleagues were saying to me, "What the hell's the matter with you? Why are you not grasping this opportunity and indeed this woman with both hands? You must be stupid. You must be an idiot." You succumb to her charms, Boaty says Lee. I succumb to her efforts, really. I just I just ran out of ways to say no. And the guys at work persuaded me. That I couldn't possibly be happy if I continued to be on my own. And they said that she would be a dream come true for me. She was 20 years younger than me, still is. She was beautiful. She was wealthy. And in their culture, where of course they all got married from arranged marriages, Ram didn't meet his wife until the day that he married her. Then the idea, they thought I was an absolute lunatic, and they just nagged and nagged and nagged. And of course, she's ringing me and messaging me all the time. And in the end, I thought, oh God, yeah, whatever, okay. So yeah, stalking is a thing. Ian had to give up and go to bed. Andrew doesn't get stalked as far as he knows. Oh, Sean. Oh, the lovely Sean. And he can't sleep, so here he is. Good evening, Sean. We need to bugger off, darlings. It's coming up to 12:15. We've got things to do tomorrow. It's a big day tomorrow. I've got curries that I need to eat. I've got washing up that I need to do. I've got guests coming for lunch tomorrow. I can't have the place looking like a slag heap. Good night, all. Sweet dreams. Have a great day tomorrow, says Pocahontas 100. There are lots of sleepy bobos here. Matron is going to watch the new members only Project Nigel video after this. It looks exactly her thing. Oh, right. I'll have to have a look at that then, won't I? Barry is dying inside for some reason. Oh, Barry's here. Hello, mate. And we've got one more voice note.
Make sure you take any CDs you do out the car, sir, when you hand them over to the old mustard. And mustard do the same, sir.
Hang on, what was that? Try that again.
Make sure you take any CDs you do out the car, sir, when you hand them over to the old mustard. And mustard do the same, sir.
Oh, right, CDs. Yeah. I did that today. Yeah, I emptied the cars out today, so that's all done. Good night, Boaty. Good night, chat, says John. Good night. Loads of good nights. Lots and lots of good nights. Stephen S. Paul joined us. Hello, children of the realm. Oh, gosh. Diddly-do. Oh, God, now we're talking about Barry White. You'll have to read these comments, darlings. The Shawshank Redemption is on TV, apparently. Don't have a TV, so I will... Simone has got a film going live tomorrow. Right, there we are. Caught up with the comments, darling. Sorry I had to skip over them, but it is quite late, and I need to get off, and I need to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to be fresh, and thank you, Mr. Paddy. Good night. Good night, sir. Good luck for tomorrow. That's very kind. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's call it a day at that. Oh, I left the cassette tapes in Sheeson. They're staying in there because they're part of the dressing. If a car has got a cassette player and has got a holder for cassette tapes, it should have cassette tapes in there. So they're staying in there. So there we are. There we are. So we'll call it a day at that. I think I've got a title somewhere that I took a screenshot of it. And yeah, so tomorrow night, oh, God knows what's going to happen tomorrow night, darlings. You might be stuck with just me. The M11 might be able to do the whole thing or pop in for a few minutes or God knows what. I haven't got a clue. We'll have to play it by ear. But you'll be getting plenty of Nicki Minaj from tomorrow with me and Mustard and Allegra Man. And tomorrow, darlings, this time tomorrow night, there's going to be a new car sitting there in pole position. And that means that there are going to be exciting times ahead. Snowdonia, a week tomorrow, hopefully, if I can make it work. And God knows I'm going to try. There we are. So all that's left is to wish you a safe and peaceful night, darlings. Thank you so much for your company tonight. I really appreciate you giving up your time and staying up late uh, to be part of this fabulous community doings. Good luck for Monday. Good luck for the week ahead. Good luck for Monday morning and back to work if you are back to work. And have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day you can tomorrow. Take any little bit of joy that you can from it. Above all, take care of yourselves. And if you're lucky and you have people who you care about or who care about you, take really good care of them too. The candle will be relit Monday Night Live tomorrow, earlier, 10 o'clock. Don't miss it. All right, darlings. Much love. Good night. See you next time. Pachoo. And indeed, boss.